Trail Seeker Adventures brings you US SPRINT ENDURO Youth Edition. We bring you out and show you what's the benefit to bringing your youth rider out to a US SPRINT ENDURO. We hit the cross test and the Enduro. Let's check it out. Round 2 of the US SPRINT Enduro is in South Carolina at the Shoals Motocross facility. If you're looking for a facility to help improve your youth rider skills, make sure you check them out at The Shoals MX on Facebook for upcoming events. At the US SPRINT Enduro, the youth is forced to hit the track. They line up in their class row, and then every 15 seconds, a new rider gets to tackle the track. On each day, there's 2 different tracks for them to tackle. First is the Sprint Cross, which is basically a turn track, and then it's the Enduro Course. The Enduro is mostly woods and more technical. It is a timed 2-day event. Each day they will do each course 3 times, and yes, that makes it 6 tests for each day, both Saturday and Sunday, and whoever can do that in the least amount of time will win the overall for the weekend. But as far as points, each day is considered a race. So whatever position you finish on Saturday, whether it be first, second, or third, or whatever, that is what you get credit for that race day. Then you'll come out and do it again on Sunday. And then whatever your final result on Sunday is, that will be your second points day. But they bring both days' results together, and that will be the total for the overall. Heidi and I have done many videos throughout the last year, and one of the youth riders came up to me and said, "You need to do a video on the youth race." And I've been thinking about doing that anyways. So Heidi and I grabbed the camera and head out to the track. First, it's the cross test. We try to get as much video on the cross test to show you what the cross test is all about, and then we head into the woods to show you what the Enduro has to offer. So why is it a good idea to bring your youth rider out to a US SPRINT Enduro? Well, it really doesn't matter the skill level or if he races motocross or in the woods. There is something to gain by bringing your youth rider to a US SPRINT Enduro. If your youth rider has never raced but you've been wanting to get him out and find a good race series to get him started in, the US SPRINT Enduro is an awesome place to do that. You pick a class for your youth rider to start in. They go out and hit the track one at a time, and then they adjust the starting order on how fast your rider is riding, and that way they don't have to worry about getting ran over by faster lap traffic. So that way they can just come out and have fun on their dirt bike. This is the cross test, and as you can see, I tried to bring a little bit of everything that this particular round 2 had to offer. It was on a red clay type of soil. It did have some motocross jumps, but you were able to go slow or fast, depends on your skill level. And of course, the course marshals are out there doing an awesome job. So that was a cross test. It's time to come back and look at your time, see how you rank with your competition, hang out with your friends, talk about your race, and get ready to go out and hit the Enduro course. As the older youth riders were on the cross test, the 50s were hitting the Enduro test. That way the 50s don't have to worry about the older bikes coming around and taking them out. They can just worry about fine-tuning their skills. and every 15 seconds they get to go out and tackle the track. Of course, the track is modified for their skill level. That way they can have fun and get back and talk to their parents and friends about how much fun they had out on the track. I try to get each and every rider at least once. I didn't get out into the Enduro course in order to get them coming through the woods, but I did get them coming out of the start. In case this is the first time you've seen one of our videos, we are Trail Seeker Adventures. We take our video camera out on the track, whether it's a race event or a ride park. We bring the information back to you to help you find a track or trail that is suitable for you or your friends and family. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel if this is the type of activity you like getting out and taking part of. That's why I made this video, because I honestly believe that there's no better race format for a youth rider to get involved in, whether it's their first time hitting the track, or if you're a skilled rider wanting to fine-tune your corner speed or work on your bike setup. The US SPRINT ENDURO makes it pretty simple. You sign up for a class, find the row that has your class name or number, you line up, and then every 15 seconds, another rider hits the track. On one course will be the 50s, on the opposite course will be the older youth riders. The course is ribboned off on both sides, so there's no chance that your rider can get off course. The course is usually less than 3.5 miles long, and for the 50s it's modified for them, and that is less stress for the parents. It was a beautiful morning for a walk, so Heidi and I grabbed the camera and head to the Enduro track.
At the Trail Seeker Adventures.
AW is out checking the course before they release the youth. Of course, there's a hill climb and then also a go around. The US SPRINT ENDURO is great about knowing that there's many different skill levels out here on the track. They try to put a difficult line and then also an easy line. That way it's fun for all skill levels. I was talking to Billy, the race promoter, and he was talking about how important it is for a racer to realize every second counts. And whenever you race a sprint enduro, you realize that. You could be 1 second from first or 1 second from third, and just one little mistake like that little creek jump can make a difference between first at the end of the day or third. When you race a GNCC, you don't really think about how important every turn on the track is, but whenever you run a sprint enduro, you come back each lap and you can see how one little mistake like this can ruin your whole weekend. So if your rider is a GNCC weekend racer and you want to fine-tune their skills, make sure you bring them out to the US SPRINT ENDURO. That will help them to understand why every corner counts. If your youth rider is a motocrosser and he wants to try his hand on the woods racing, this is a great place to bring them and introduce them to the woods. That way they run out and it's more like a moto format to where they go out and do one test, come back, adjust on their bikes, talk about things that they need to improve on, and then go back out and hit the next test. As you can see, there's many different lines throughout the woods on the enduro test. That way they can work on their line selection. One thing you do notice that the field is spread out and nobody is trying to run over another rider. That is one of the best things about bringing a new rider to the race format. That way they don't have to worry about getting ran over and just focus on having fun on the track. On Saturday, whenever they line up the riders in their classes, it's pretty random. After the first test, they'll come back and look at the times, and the quickest rider will go to the front of their class row. As you can see, the track's pretty fast and flowy in most locations, but there is technical areas where you can make or lose time, and that's the thing that you want to teach your rider, is that yes, you can make up time in certain areas, but you can also lose time. Well, that's about the end of the enduro test. You've seen the cross test, and you also seen the enduro test. It's time for them to come back, look at their times, and then get ready to go out and try it again. For a youth rider, the race is fun, but I think they have more fun hanging out with their race buddies and talking about their race day and how it went. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.